welcome back. It's the Champions Cup, round 5, preview.
We're in Europe.
Let's go back 1 week, forget Europe.
Let's go to Europe. Look, it's European Rugby Champions Cup round 5 preview.
Okay, I'll just say it. Sarries absolutely smashed Wasps at the weekend.
They did.
How good was that? We were there. But anyway, Champions Cup. You'd be glad for Champions Cup. You'd be glad the Premiership's over, wouldn't you?
Well, obviously disappointing for Wasps. We had loads of injuries, and you had your big... Saracens had their big boys back. Billy Vunipola, Maro Toji.
Yes, they did.
They were fully barred up, weren't they, Saracens? And they absolutely destroyed Wasps. So, well done, Jim. I'll shake your hand.
Okay, thanks very much. Thanks. I did call it. I did call it on BetSafe. I did say that. Principal partner Saracens and BetSafe together collided to smash the Wasps.
They did.
But let's get into it. The Champions Cup's back. And it's narrowing. The teams are narrowing. Who's going to go through?
They are. There's a load of teams that are out of the competition already, but some unbelievable matchups this weekend. Some key group games, none more so than Saracens. But let's pick out your racket to start off with, Jim.
It's been tough. It's been tough, mate.
I've no doubt you've picked 4 easy ones, haven't you?
No, well, I'm 9-3 down, so I've gone fairly easy. First game, Clermont, Northampton.
Yep. You're obviously back in the Saints. You love Saints.
I'm going for Northampton. No, I'm going for Clermont. To be fair, Northampton got a win at the weekend, Goody.
They did.
They shouldn't have. Again, poor refereeing decisions.
Are you blaming the ref?
I'm blaming the ref.
They needed a bit of luck, though, didn't they?
I was going to say, they needed a bit of luck. They couldn't be any worse. We saw a bit of heart and desire. Interesting to see what Gaffney does. In Europe, they're out.
Yep.
Clermont aren't out. So they're going to go strong. Clermont have been in horrid form.
Yeah, they got absolutely destroyed up in Paris at the weekend by Racing 92. Clermont did.
50-odd points, weren't it?
Yeah, they're down in 10th, but they did pick a second team. So they had 19-year-old halfbacks. They're purely focusing at the minute on winning this group. And obviously this game away to Northampton is a key game for them. Yes, Northampton are out of the group. Yes, Northampton are out of Europe completely. But Clermont, they've got a few injuries as well. They rested a load of guys last weekend. They're not in great form in the top 14, but after their back-to-back victories over Saracens in Europe, they're in control of the group and they've got to win this game to go through.
They have, and I've picked out a guy who didn't play at the weekend because Damon Chuley was back at number 8 for them.
Yes.
But my man, I say my man, I feel like I know him.
Do you know him?
Well, he's that good. It's kind of like 2 like-minded athletes running around colliding together. But Fritz Lee.
Oh, okay.
That's who I've gone for. Look at this man.
He's a monster, isn't he?
Oh, you talk about Billy Vunipola, Kieran Reid. For me, he's up there with that mould. Every time you watch Fritz Lee play, the way that he carries, he is a monster.
He's a big old boy.
He's a monster, yeah. So they're back, you know, across their back row, they've got some huge players in the front 5. Valamahina, 6'9", 21 stone, gives them the platform. But this guy, he's a wrecking ball.
Yep.
And apparently, from lads at Clermont that they say Strettle, said Saracens and this European Cup, having lost to Saracens in the final, is everything.
That's all they're focusing on.
That's all they're focusing on. This is what he's about, and he's come out and said it. Quite a quiet character, apparently. So I imagine he's going to be huge. Who's he going to be up against? Tamana Harrison played well at the weekend.
He did play all right, yeah.
Is he going to play? We just don't know. We don't know what Northampton's going to do, but must-win game. This group is wide open. I've gone for Clermont.
There we go.
Yeah.
Next one then, Jim.
Next one's difficult. It's not really. Because it's Saracens.
Ah, there we go.
Saracens are going to Ospreys. Ospreys are a good team in Europe.
They are actually. Good. And actually, right now, Ospreys are above Saracens in the group, aren't they?
Exactly.
Saracens 3rd in the group. But Clermont at top. Ospreys 2nd.
The Saracens have got Billy Vunipola back.
They have.
They have. And that, for me, is the difference. Ospreys, mate, they're rubbish in the league. Pro 14, they're 6th.
Out of 7.
Out of 7.
There we go.
They're 6 out of 7. We've picked Billy Vunipola. Look at him here. This is what they get. Was that Wasps?
That's yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday. Yeah.
He's just bounced through 2 tackles, offloads, and they score.
Mate, look at that. Look at him go.
I think he put Alex Goode through for this try.
Well, I don't know. I just know that he was incredible. You see the go-for that he gives Saracens. This is a must-win game. He was gutted the losing run that Saracens were on. He came out in the meeting. He said it's not good enough. He's a leader in the team. The guys follow him, and he's got the bit between his teeth.
He has.
And when an Islander gets the bit between his teeth...
Oh, he's English?
Well, you know, he's an English Islander.
There we go.
He's Tongan. He's Tongan. English.
Tonglish.
He's Tonglish.
He's Tonglish.
He is, and he is a great player. So I've picked out Billy Vunipola. Of course I have. I could have gone for a number of players. Michael Rose, unbelievable form. Maro Toji's back as well. He's a little bit quiet at the weekend, but we'll give him benefit of the doubt. He's got to get back, but I've gone for a Saracens fixture. It's going to be tough down in Ospreys.
It's going to be tough, and interestingly, Saracens lose this, they are gone and out of Europe. So it's a cup final for them.
It's a cup final.
Cup final.
Exactly, that's what we've gone for.
You've got a couple more, though, haven't you?
Say again?
You've got a couple more, haven't you?
I've got a couple more.
Oh dear.
Tough one. Leinster, Glasgow. I'm backing my old friend at Leinster, Leo Cullen, who coaches them.
You're Scottish, though?
Yeah, Glasgow are out, aren't they?
So
Glasgow
you're going against Scotland.
I'm going against the Scottish
You've
team.
backed them all tournament.
I know.
And now you're going against them.
I've lost sleep over it. I shouldn't do it, but
Classic
I'm here
Scotsman.
to give a balanced opinion. I'm 9-3 down in the Accas. We're going to be 9-4 this weekend. Leinster, they are, I would say, arguably the form team.
In the whole of Europe.
In the whole of Europe,
Yeah.
mate. We know they're big in Europe. We've seen them in the past that they can perform, but week in, week out, this Leinster team are fantastic. Picked out a player for them. Do you know who that is?
That is Jordan Lamour.
Jordan Lima.
Lima, you're calling him?
Lima.
You're calling him Lima?
Well, he runs like... Did Lima's run quick?
Don't know.
Well, this man runs quick. That's all I know. Have you seen some of the tries that he scored?
He's done pretty well, hasn't he?
Debut season.
Yep.
20 years old.
Yep.
And for me, Ireland international in the making.
Yeah, definitely. Six Nations could be, actually.
Yeah.
Scored a great try against Munster around Christmas.
Fantastic.
Individual try.
Was it nearly went the length, didn't they?
Yeah, received a kick deep in his own half, skinned 14 players. Some of them, they missed him 3 times. Outstanding player. They've got some serious attacking threats, haven't they?
Mate, they have. Mate, Leinster are good. Glasgow have been in horrible form in the Champions Cup. Obviously lost one game in the Pro 14. Mm-hmm. What are Glasgow going to do? This is what you get to at this point, Goody, don't you? You don't understand if teams are going to rest their players and what they're going to do. But Leinster aren't going to rest anyone. This is a must-win game for them. They want to top the group, and I think it'll be a comfortable victory for them over Glasgow.
If they win Leinster, they top the group, guaranteed to win the group there if they win this game. So they're going all out to win it at home. There's no chance Glasgow are winning this, are they?
No, I can't see it. But you never know. They're Scottish. They've got a Scottish blood like me. Never say die.
Which means nothing.
It just means they're never going to give up.
Okay. Last one.
Last one. Toulon, Benetton. Benetton nearly beat them.
They did.
At home.
They did.
But not this time.
Last minute penalty for Toulon to beat Benetton over in Italy. Round 1, I think it was.
Yeah, and that keeps Toulon in the reckoning.
It does.
Because let's be honest, we're not a fan of Toulon, are we? Fabien Gaultier.
Well, you're not a fan of Fabien Gaultier.
Yeah, I'm not.
Should we just leave it there?
I'm not. But I think him and the Toulon team are going to win.
Yep.
Rested a few guys at the weekend. Again, they've not been in great form. They've got a superstar-studded team. The best players in the world migrate to Toulon. But I've picked out an old friend. An old foe. A friend or foe.
Old teammate, you mean?
Old teammate, yeah. He's not a friend. He's very, very, very tanned.
Well, he's down in the south of France. He's left England.
Look at that tan.
Yeah, I think it's fake tan.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but anyway, 13 tries this season in 12 games.
Yeah,
you know the stats, don't you?
Top try scorer in the top 14. It's not a bad debut season for Chris Ashton. Toulon are a team that are underperforming, yet this guy, 12 starts, he scored 13 tries. Although Toulon lost at the weekend away at Brive, who were down near the bottom of the top 14. Lost 13-12, didn't score a try. Why didn't Toulon score a try?
Because their attack's rubbish.
Ashley didn't play.
Exactly, and so without him, their attack's rubbish. Been playing full-back, but as I say, Toulon, they're second behind Bath.
Yep.
And Bath, as we know, a bit hit and miss, so they're going to be vying for the top spot. They're against Benetton. I've picked an easy one. It's 9-3. It's going to be 9-4 this weekend, Goody.
It's not.
It is. Well, let's have a recap of mine, eh?
Go on then.
Let's have a look. So Clermont to beat Northampton, tough one. Saracens to beat Ospreys, must win, tough one. Leinster to beat Glasgow, tough one. Toulon to beat Benetton, the toughest one. That's who I've gone for.
He's just picked out easy ones all weekend.
So I had to go first. It was my turn this week to, well, out of all the weeks, I'd let you go first.
Are you dreaming?
But now, I've let you go second. Who are you gone for?
Okay. Well, my Accas are, it's a couple of similar selections to yours.
Of course.
But some tough ones as well.
Show me the tough ones.
I start off on Friday night, Bath against the Scarlets, down at the Rec. Scarlets top of the Pro 14 in their pool. They're in outstanding form. Bath are in some shaky form. They lost their last home game to Wasps in the Premiership. Did have a good victory away at Worcester
They were good against
last
Worcester.
Friday night. But this is a game that decides who will go through as group winners and who will be out the pool completely. Very similar in terms of the group. Bath are top, Toulon are second, Scarlets are third. Bath have the easier run, so they've got a home game against Scarlets on Friday, then they go away to Benetton last round. So it's all in Bath's hands, and I'm backing Bath to win this game. There's some big players for them in terms of who they are, but this guy, Rhys Welsh international, ex-Scarlet, spent a long time at the Scarlets as a player. When they played in round, I think it was round 2, back in, I think it was October, November time, He dominated for Bath against Scarlets down at the Park RhysScarlets, which is the Scarlets' home ground.
Ye?
Can you say Scarlets enough times? Yeah, Park RhysScarlets.
Park Ye.
So he's on form again. Kicked his goals, played really well on Friday night against Worcester. A man that has controlled things nicely for Bath this year. They've had their ups and downs, their injuries, some good form, some not so good form. Obviously, they got hammered by Wasps in their last home game in the Premiership. But European Cup rugby brings out a different beast, and this guy, international class, international experience, I'm expecting him to lead the Bath troops to a victory over his old team.
Special mention to James Phillips. What a try.
Yes.
Against Worcester.
I saw a little bit of Jim Hamilton in that try.
Literally, it was like watching myself.
It was.
It was.
He was an absolute animal.
Yeah,
but you normally dropped it though, so there we go.
Someone.
So I'm going Bath to beat Scarlets. My next one, Exeter to beat Montpellier. Now, this is a big game.
Oh, really?
This is a huge game. Montpellier are above Exeter in the group. 4 points clear of Exeter. Exeter off the back of 2 back-to-back defeats against Leinster. This is do or die for Exeter. If they can beat Montpellier at home at Sandy Park, then they're back in the pool, back in with a shout. And I think they go to Leinster last round of the pool. Not Leinster, they go to Glasgow, don't they? Last round of the pool. So it's going to be really tough for Exeter, but they have to win at home. Sandy Park, tough place to win. I can't remember the last time any team went there and won. It was probably Saracens back in 2015 or 16 or something, wasn't it?
Can't remember.
Whenever. Exeter, a really good side. Don Armand is a real star man for them. He, like you see here, the picture, he's just blazing through the Saracens' defence.
Blazing?
That is Big Will Skelton.
It looks like he's going back.
He's just pushed him out the way and he's going off to score a try to probably win the game for Exeter against Saracens a few weeks ago.
Don't you?
I do. How he's not in the England squad, I do not know. Carries big, carries really well. His work rate's phenomenal. The amount of tackles he puts in and around the breakdown as well, gets turnovers, quality international player, international quality, yet not in the England squad yet. I'd love to see him in the Six Nations given a run. For me, he's the star man of the Premiership this year, and hopefully, for Exeter's sake, he can lead them to a big victory over Montpellier at Sandy Park. We know the French don't travel too well, but in Aaron Cruden at 10, they've got a very, very good fly half who can control things nicely. Yeah. So I'm back in Exeter to beat Montpellier. Then my next game, this one is fairly straightforward, I think.
Well,
Clermont to beat Northampton.
Just an easy one.
Well, Clermont to beat Northampton. Northampton, yes, they won, but Clermont in some horrendous form in the top 14, some amazing form in the Champions Cup. And I've picked out a guy who broke your heart just before Christmas. This guy, Scott Spedding, broke your heart.
No, I've never heard of him.
Well, he was the guy that kicked the penalty to beat Saracens in the Champions Cup over in Clermont with 2 minutes to go. Did you not see that one?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
French international, fullback, outstanding player. I think he's scoring a try here, possibly against Saracens.
Oh, no, it wasn't, no. That's not Saracens.
I'm only joking. But great attacking intent. Obviously, there's Nick Benetton, David Strettle as well. You like to talk about the forwards. This guy's an absolute superstar.
He's the size of a forward, though, isn't he?
He's a big boy. I used to play with him at Brive when I was over in France. Taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
He's now gone on to get 50 caps for France as well. So I did pretty well for him.
Has he got the biggest boot that you've ever
just
seen?
Behind mine, he's up there. You know, we used to.
I didn't say belly.
We used
biggest boot?
Yeah, he's a huge boot. Can knock him over, as you know, and as Saracens know, from about 50 metres to win the game. Massive boot, but also his counter-attacking his quality as well. So really looking forward to him unleashing the fury against the Northampton Saints. And then finally, my last ACCA, my last game of the weekend. It's a really tough one to call as well.
You've gone for Sarries.
It's Toulon to beat Benetton. You talked about Chris Ashton. This is a give me. It's got to be. Toulon at home. They don't lose at home in Europe. You talked about Chris Ashton. I'm going on the other wing. Joshua Tuasova. What a beast this guy is.
Too small.
He is like a concrete block on steroids. Look at him here, Rhys Priestland. See you later. Knee to the face, over he goes.
He is massive.
He is a huge unit.
And he's an Islander. Of course he is.
He's a Fijian.
Fijian flyer.
So you look at their threats. They've got Randrandra as well on one wing. Ashton. This guy Tuasova barrels people over for fun, scores tries for fun as well.
He's barrelling over Priestland, the guy that you've picked out for Bath.
He is. Well, tens don't defend, mate. That's how it works.
Well, most tens do.
Well, there we go.
The good ones do.
But he's going to probably score a couple, and it's going to be a fairly comfortable win for Toulon. So let's just have a quick recap of my ACCAs. Fairly straightforward for me. Bath to beat Scarlets on a Friday night. That's going to be a tough one to call, but I'm back in Bath. Exeter to beat Montpellier down at Sandy Park. Clermont to beat Saints at Northampton on Saturday. I'll be there commentating. And then Toulon to beat Benetton.
We won't be there commentating.
We will not be in Toulon.
But there you go, Goody said. Fairly easy for him. That's our picks. There are ACCAs for round 5 of the Champions Cup. Check them out. betsafe.com. Saracens, bet safe. Saracens, bet safe. Jim, Saracens, bet safe. And
Goode.
Goode.